French-Canadian explorer Pierre Le Moyne d'Iberville, seeking a southern port for the French colony of Louisiana, embarked on a mission that would shape the future of the Gulf Coast. He established Fort Louis de la Mobile in 1702, a fortification that would become a cornerstone of French ambitions in the region. This settlement, located approximately 27 miles up the Mobile River from the current city center, served as the first capital of French Louisiana, a testament to the strategic foresight of its founders. Mobile, named after the indigenous Mobilian tribe, was strategically positioned to control trade and access to the interior, making it a linchpin in the French colonial network. Early explorer as Pierre Le Moyne d'Iberville. Iberville's vision for Mobile was ambitious, aiming to create a thriving hub of activity and commerce. He envisioned a bustling port city, a center of commerce that would rival the Spanish settlements to the east and serve as a gateway to the vast resources of the North American interior. The Mobile River, flowing into the Gulf of Mexico, provided a vital artery for trade and transportation, connecting the interior lands with the wider world. Ships laden with furs, timber, and other goods from the interior would soon make their way down the river, destined for markets in Europe and the Caribbean, fueling the economic engine of the colony. Mobile's early years were marked by both promise and hardship, as settlers worked tirelessly to establish a foothold in this new land. The fledgling settlement faced constant threats from both natural disasters and hostile neighbors, testing the resilience and determination of its inhabitants. Hurricanes battered the coast, while skirmishes with the English and their Native American allies were a constant danger, adding to the challenges of survival. Yet despite these challenges, Mobile persevered, its strategic importance ensuring its survival and growth into the vibrant city it is today, a testament to the enduring spirit of its founders and settlers. Mobile's strategic location, a gateway to the resources of the interior and a vital port on the Gulf of Mexico, made it a coveted prize for European powers vying for control of North America. Its deep-water port and access to the Mobile River meant that whoever controlled Mobile could influence trade and military movements in the region. Over the course of its history, Mobile would change hands multiple times, a testament to its importance in the colonial struggle for dominance. Each transition brought new rulers, new policies, and new challenges for the inhabitants of Mobile. In 1711, a devastating flood forced the relocation of Mobile to its present location on the Mobile River. The floodwaters destroyed much of the original settlement, prompting the French to move the town to higher ground. The new settlement, situated on higher ground, proved more resilient to the elements. This move not only provided better protection from floods, but also allowed for the construction of more permanent structures. Fortifications were constructed, bolstering Mobile's defenses against potential attacks. These fortifications included walls, bastions, and other defensive structures designed to protect the town from both land and sea threats. French control of Mobile lasted for over half a century, a period marked by both cooperation and conflict with the native populations. The French established trade relationships with local tribes, exchanging goods and forging alliances. Trade flourished, with French merchants exchanging European goods for furs, hides, and other commodities. These exchanges were crucial for the French economy and helped to solidify their presence in the region. However, tensions with the British, who were encroaching on French territory from the east, continued to escalate. The competition for control of North America led to frequent skirmishes and a growing sense of unease among the colonists. The 7 Years' War, a global conflict that engulfed Europe and its colonies, had a profound impact on Mobile's fate. The war pitted the French against the British, with both sides seeking to expand their territories and influence. In 1763, France, defeated by the British, ceded control of Mobile and other territories to Great Britain under the terms of the Treaty of Paris. This treaty marked the end of French colonial ambitions in North America and the beginning of British dominance. Mobile, now under British rule, entered a new era. The British brought their own administrative systems, laws, and economic policies, which significantly altered the daily lives of Mobile's residents. The British, eager to exploit Mobile's economic potential, encouraged trade and settlement. They saw Mobile as a valuable asset in their colonial empire and sought to maximize its profitability. The population grew, bolstered by an influx of British colonists and merchants seeking new opportunities. These new settlers brought with them different customs, traditions, and ways of life, further transforming the cultural landscape of Mobile. However, British rule in Mobile would be short-lived. The political and social upheavals of the time made it difficult for the British to maintain control over their distant colonies. The American Revolution, which erupted in 1775, would once again reshape the political landscape of North America. The revolution challenged British authority and inspired other colonies to seek independence. Mobile, geographically isolated from the heart of the revolution in the 13 colonies, remained under British control in the war's early years. Despite its isolation, the revolutionary fervor eventually reached Mobile, leading to further changes in its governance and society. Relations between the French and the Mobilians were initially characterized by cautious cooperation. Trade became a cornerstone of their interactions, with the French relying on the Mobilians' knowledge of the region and their access to valuable commodities such as furs and deerskins. The French, in turn, provided European goods, including metal tools, cloth, and firearms. Native American leader. However, the arrival of European diseases such as smallpox had a devastating impact on the indigenous population. Lacking immunity to these new diseases, many Mobilians succumbed to illness, decimating their numbers and weakening their social structures. Despite these challenges, the Mobilians played a crucial role in the early development of Mobile. They served as guides, interpreters, and allies to the French, helping them to navigate the unfamiliar terrain and establish trade networks. The Mobilians' knowledge of local flora and fauna proved invaluable, providing sustenance and resources to the fledgling settlement. During the Civil War, Mobile, on one of the most important seaports for supplies for the South, with many ships running the blockade from the Union Navy. Admiral Sims was one of the main blockade runners, making many trips to Europe, evading the Union Navy on every trip. He commanded the Seas Alabama and was based in Mobile. During the war, Mobile suffered one of the most disasters in its long history. The two-block munitions warehouse storing tons of explosives for the South exploded, leaving the downtown area near the Mobile River restored with over 300 killed and over 1,500 injured. After hearing of the disaster, help came to Mobile from around the nation to help rebuild the beleaguered city. After many years of holding out, Mobile finally surrendered after the Battle of Mobile Bay. This is one of Muriel Fairgett's famous saying, "Dame the torpedoes, full speed ahead." From its humble beginnings as a frontier outpost, Mobile, Alabama, has a rich and storied history that is deeply intertwined with the cultural evolution of the region. Mobile developed a distinct cultural identity, blending French, Spanish, British, and African influences. This melting pot of cultures created a unique and vibrant community, where traditions from different parts of the world came together to form something entirely new. Central to this cultural tapestry was a spirit of celebration, a joie de vivre, that found its ultimate expression in the city's annual carnival festivities. These celebrations were not just events, they were a way of life, reflecting the city's diverse heritage and communal spirit. The origins of Mardi Gras in Mobile can be traced back to the early 18th century, shortly after the city's founding. It was a time when the city was still finding its footing, yet the seeds of what would become a grand tradition were already being sown. French colonists, bringing with them their Catholic traditions, organized masked balls and street parades to celebrate the pre-Lenten season. These early festivities were a way for the settlers to hold on to their cultural roots while adapting to their new environment. These early celebrations, though modest in scale compared to the grand spectacles of later years, laid the foundation for Mobile's enduring Mardi Gras tradition. They were simple yet meaningful, setting the stage for the elaborate festivities that would follow. In 1711, the Boeuf-Gras Society, a secret society that would become synonymous with Mobile's Mardi Gras, staged its first procession. This marked the beginning of a tradition that would grow and evolve over the centuries. Members, disguised in colorful costumes and masks, paraded through the streets, accompanied by musicians and revelers. The air was filled with the sounds of laughter and music, creating an atmosphere of joy and celebration. The highlight of the procession was the symbolic Mardi Gras, a large decorated bull that represented prosperity and abundance. This symbol became a central part of the festivities, embodying the hopes and dreams of the community. Mardi Gras in Mobile quickly evolved into a citywide celebration, a time for merriment, excess, and the inversion of social norms. It was a period when the usual rules were suspended, and everyone could join in the fun, regardless of their social status. The streets came alive with music, dancing, and elaborate floats. Each year, the parades became more intricate and spectacular, drawing larger crowds and creating lasting memories for all who attended. Social clubs, known as crews, emerged, each with its own unique costumes, themes, and traditions. These crews played a crucial role in organizing the festivities, adding their own flair and creativity to the celebrations. As Mobile grew in size and importance, so too did the scale and grandeur of its Mardi Gras celebrations. The city became known for its spectacular parades and vibrant street parties, attracting visitors from near and far. The city's unique blend of cultures infused the festivities with a distinctive flavor, setting it apart from other carnival celebrations along the Gulf Coast. Each cultural influence added its own touch, making Mobile's Mardi Gras a truly unique experience. Mardi Gras became an integral part of Mobile's identity, a testament to its spirit, resilience, and ability to find joy despite adversity. It celebrates life, community, and the enduring human spirit, a tradition that continues to thrive. Although New Orleans' Mardi Gras is bigger in scale with drinking in the streets and wild celebrations, Mobile's Mardi Gras is family-orientated with children of all ages, enjoying the colorful floats and catching candy, stuffed animals, and moon pies. After the Civil War, Mobile's economy grew by importing goods from around the world and exporting raw goods such as coal, metal products, and fresh seafood from the Gulf of Mexico. Modern Mobile is now one of the manufacturing hubs in the United States, with the new Airbus plant producing the Airbus 320 and 220 aircraft for domestic use and exporting new aircraft around the world to the major airlines. Austal, one of the major shipbuilding companies based in Mobile, is producing large ships for the Navy and private shipping companies. Since the late 1960s, when the city bought Brooklyn Air Force Base from the Air Force and turned it into an aerospace area, it has become known as the Mobile Aerospace Complex, repairing aircraft at Mobile Aerospace, building aircraft engines at Continental Motors and sub-companies for nuts and bolts and many other companies associated with the airspace industries. With the population growing, Mobile has invested in many projects such as improving roads and building the new Mobile Bridge over the Mobile River to cut down on congestion going into Baldwin County, which is one of the fastest counties on the eastern shore of Mobile Bay.